Yo, salute everybody. Salute, salute, salute. Alright, as always, this is live, so if catching the replay of it, you might want to fast forward 2 minutes, because we're gonna wait for people to come in. I mean, you don't have to, of course. You can listen to all the stuff. Other stuff I got to talk about, but excuse me. If you're more interested in going straight to the recap, then fast forward about 2 minutes. Oh man, I'm drinking wild beer last night, and I feel dehydrated, motherfucker. Anyway, salute to everybody. Hope you enjoyed that Nome X um, event for what it was. Of course, the John Ill Will battle didn't happen. Salute J Biz. That battle ain't happen because John is sick. Also, Av is really sick, and last I heard, he was laid up in the hospital. I still see him tweeting, so that lets you know he's at least feeling a bit better. But he had COVID, he had pneumonia, and some other shit. So shit, business market is slip. Bob, I slipped 1-8 on the Wednesday. Yeah, I haven't the last 2 weeks, so I haven't really been paying attention too much to the stocks because not only that I had loot at one point, a lot of my stocks had went real down, but it was just like I hate looking at it so much, and then I end up going into my bank account and putting more money. And right now, with all that's going on, I don't get as like all the money everybody gets for unemployment. I don't get. So I keep taking that out, knowing that I got other expenses and shit. um, Other thing too, for all the people who have been hitting me up about doing custom sneakers for them, thank you so much for hitting me up, man. I appreciate that you even took the time to pay attention to any of that stuff. Um, Salute, two eyes, salute. So for all of you who have been hitting me up about sneakers, again, I appreciate it. And for the people who've been thinking about it, here's the thing: when I tell everybody, I don't mind working with people on the price, but if you really think that you're gonna lowball me crazy on something, like yo, fam, it's just not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't understand that these are custom sneakers. They are one on one. Nobody else is gonna have that. At the most, let's say, for example, a lot of people like the reptile design that I do. Let's say you want the reptile design. Yeah, there's other people who are gonna have it, but so far I've only done two of those. So you'll be the third person. Not only that, the colors will be different. It's everything is different. So you're still not getting a hundred. These aren't done factory. They're done hand painted. So you're not. It's still a one of one. You know what I'm saying? And how much hours it takes for me to do that? You can't. The price of the sneaker is separate from the price of the art. You can't think that I'm gonna do all that work for you for what that sneaker originally cost. So if the sneaker is $100 sneaker, don't think that you're just gonna give me $100 for the sneaker and I'm just gonna do the artwork for free. That's not gonna happen. So again, I appreciate the people who have hit me up to inquire. I do appreciate it. But again, I say to everybody, I'm not. It's not like I got one price across the board, and I have, worked with some people that I did the work for a little bit cheaper than what I normally would have did it for. But again, you cannot think that you're gonna get custom sneakers for the price of what the sneaker goes for in the store. That just don't make any sense. So again, you interested? Hit me up. You can hit me up on Instagram. You can hit me up on Twitter at JLegend100. You can also check out my company page. I'm reviving it. Latitude 4047 on both Instagram and Twitter. I honestly haven't used that account on Twitter in a long ass time, but that account on Instagram has still been active. I've been putting stuff here and there. I'm gonna be putting way more because I'm gonna start putting the videos of some of the stuff I've done on YouTube, but on a different channel. But again, thank you all who have been hitting me up. If you're interested, hit me up on those places. Just again, no, please hit me up with a serious inquiry. Do not think that I'm just gonna do the work for free. Like that's not how it works. It don't work like that anyway. All right. So salute. Again, I will work with you on price, but I'm not doing that for free. Let's get to Nome X. All right. First and foremost, I didn't like the setting. I liked what they did with the shipping containers. I really did like it. but clearly that room was way too big. And I don't know why they wouldn't have took pointers from what was the Total Slaughter situation. You know, they had this big event with an empty ass stage. The sound, everything, it just wasn't that good. Now I think it would have been dope still had they used the shipping containers, the lighting, everything they did was dope. Except they did it in such a big room. The echoing was crazy, and then it gave too much space for the guys to be moving around. And I think in a lot of ways that hurt them. You know what I'm saying? You had guys, including Lux and Cirque, who said they was hearing themselves in the microphones. I don't know why they didn't have regular mics, but they had like these ear set mics, and you could still hear the echo of the room. So the audio wasn't that great just watching it on the app. It wasn't bad. It just was like you could hear the mic audio plus echoing in the room. Then the echoing, these guys are hearing it in the headsets. So they're hearing themselves, and it's like, yo, damn. So it's no excuse for lack of preparation or anything like that, but we got to be real. We can't act like that doesn't affect. You know what I'm saying? I saw people complain about it in the chat, so imagine if it's in your ear listening to it. It might throw you off a little bit. But overall, again, visually, it looked dope, but, some of that camera work too, man. Some of it was just awkward and weird, and I'm like, yo, what are you doing? You would like to have seen the Twizzlers and the avocados and all of that. And I understand that, it's probably not a part of the contract, and it doesn't mean that the guys aren't going to shoot other things for URL. But for the time being, I felt like for Nome, you should have just stuck with the guys who've been doing it. That I like the camera angle that they had that was kind of like swooping from the top. I just felt they was doing too much with it. I felt they was doing way too much with it. And the other thing too is for us viewers, like, if we're used to seeing things a certain way and you go and you do this a whole other way at a Nome, and now there's such this big difference in audio, there's this big difference in the look of things, there's this big difference in the camera work and all of that. There was times the camera was swooping by and it was like behind the battle rapper. Like they're trying to catch up to him, and they're showing you from an angle here, the battle rapper's back of his head is barely in the picture. So I was just like, thrown off by it. But again, it's but so much complaining you could do if you didn't pay for it. They did give it to us for free. So that's why I didn't want to really be so harsh on them on social media or in the comments. And even now, like, there's a lot more I could be saying, or saying it in a more messed up way. I'm not doing that because, again, it was free. And I appreciated the fact I didn't have to pay $50 for it, which I would have been mad. Excuse me. I would have been mad because we didn't get the cleanest performances. Let's start off with Jada Nightwing versus Fonz. Now, initially, I had Jada Nightwing or Real Sick winning the whole tournament. Well, these were my three picks. Real Sick, Jada Nightwing, or Brooklyn Hands. Then, the first round, Real Sick and Jada Nightwing was maxed up. And I'm like, damn, man, So then I was left with Brooklyn Hands and Jada Nightwing. Of course, bottom line, Jada Nightwing goes against Fonz in the finals. We did not get a $25,000 performance from neither one of these guys. And I do understand that you want to say, hey, these dudes just coming from a tournament where they were rapping every 2 weeks. I won't lie, that does play a factor. And we do have to consider that. But then again, you're the one competing for $25,000, not me. So it's like, you have to, I don't even think we got one round. I think we got decent stuff. I don't think any of it was worth $25,000. Before we get into the judging, for those of you who didn't see it, Jada Nightwing, I thought, had a very good first round. I really, really appreciated his first round. Fonz had a good first round too, but Jada Nightwing, I don't know what it was. I felt like in Jada Nightwing's last two battles, he left the door open way too much. And he did so in this battle too. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line, I had Fonz taking the battle 2-1. I definitely liked what see, I like what Jada Nightwing did in the third round. But I don't like the way he initially delivered it. Like, Even going back to get the Thanos glove, he had to look through a bag or whatever the hell that was to find it. Like, fam, come on, man. You want that to be seamless. You want it to, you rapping, you're gonna go and break that out. You want it to be seamless. You don't want to have to pause to go look through a damn bag. Then he mixed it in with a NJT kind of thing, and madness, I clap unicorn, whatever the hell he said. I just felt like it could have all been done better, and I think it was a bad idea, in my opinion, to do that whole New Jersey twerk thing when you're sitting here competing for 25,000. We can't. We want to hear you rap. I don't want to hear you imitating somebody who's not your opponent. So again, I do think that in that third round, Jay Knight, we had a lot of dope shit. Please do not get me wrong, but I just felt like all these other things took away from it, man. In terms of fonts, that whole chef thing he did, my issue with it, we just seen Suge do that a few months ago. And you up there looking like Suge. So it's like, I didn't understand that. You did the chef thing and this, and this, and I'm like, but again, did Fonz have dope moments? He had dope moments. Did he have dope performance? No. At least not from my perspective. At the end of the day, did he win the battle? Yes, he won the battle. I thought it was clear that he won that battle. But salute to them both for making it as far as they did. Any tournament is not easy. I don't care what it is you do. You could be in a cooking tournament. You could be in a handball tournament. You could be in a fucking laundry tournament. Going round by round and having to not only do better than your opponent, but do better than your last performance is not easy. So again, I'm not totally shitting on them for what was up there. I'm just pointing out the obvious. That was not a $25,000 battle. I don't think there was a full overall battle in this whole tournament that I say that was a $25,000 battle. And if you listen to what I said in other blogs, I felt like you shouldn't battle like it's 25,000. You should battle like it's 75,000. What I mean by that is you should look at every round like it was worth 20. Like when I'm sitting there writing and putting together rounds, I'm trying to ask myself, is this a $25,000 round? Because you can easily lose or win a battle based off one fucking round. And what I mean by that is, if people got it 1-1 going into the third, then it's up to whoever wins the third to win the fucking battle. I mean, that ain't rocket science. So that's why I say, the progress or the mind frame should have been, I got to make sure each one of these rounds is worth 25,000, not the whole entire battle. But that's just my mentality. That's the way I just look at it. So again, salute the Fonz for winning that. Overall it's well deserved, and I know it ain't easy. Then the traveling and all that's going on out here, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? So salute to him for that. Move on to the next battle, Mike P versus Saga. I won't lie, I'm a bit disappointed in the situation overall. Mike P was phenomenal. Yes, phenomenal. I think Mike P for a long time has been. Of course, you've heard plenty of people before talk about, he's a white dude, this and this and this. To me, it don't got nothing to do with the fact that he's nice. If you don't give Mike P his props based on race, you a fucking idiot. And I've seen it all over social media. Oh, this white boy can't beat the side. Oh, this white boy can't. Well, this white boy up there, with the rapping. Stop with all that racist shit. Number one. Number two is either you can rap or you can't rap. Bottom line. If Mike P was whatever race you prefer, would you rock with him? That dude is nice. I don't care what you're saying. To me, he ain't nice for a white dude. He ain't nice for, whatever you want to label him as. To me, he's a hell of a rapper, and he's been doing that. This was just more the same. The Saga laid an egg up there. Now, I won't kill the Saga that bad, only because I felt like he kept trying to get it back, and he was trying to fight through it. I do feel like he's remorseful for it. It's not cool. I'm not giving him a pass, but I'm not going to OD on him. But this was not the time, especially when you've been working so hard. Now, I'm not going to erase everything he's done this year over this one performance. So the Saga has been incredible this year. He has been. Now, it don't look good that on Nome you do this shit. But I'm not going to let this one performance overshadow what he's been doing. And we shouldn't let this showing here take away from what Mike P did. Mike P was excellent all 3 rounds. All 3 rounds. Bars, aggression, everything. I just felt like everything. You know, stage presence, even though they technically wasn't on the stage. But yo, like Mike P was awesome, man. Overall, awesome. Um, a big thing that I would say is I like what the Saga did in the third, but it didn't hit because all the other problems he had during the battle. Um, I'm happy I wasn't in the studio because that whole situation when he had the cop or the I'm assuming that's an actor get on the stage and act like he's arresting him or whatever the case that was, that really hit hard. I really like how he set that, or let me say, it would have hit hard. I like how he did it. It would have hit hard, had all his other material. Even in that round, he was having a hard time. So it was like, damn, fam, like, you know, I thought it was creative. I was just happy I wasn't in the building because had I seen that dude walk up to him, maybe we have in the crowd a different energy. We might have to run up on that stage and not knowing that dude is an actor. This is part of the round. You know, even people, you know, Jay Black, Henny Man, all of them were like, yo, we didn't know what the hell was going on. We didn't know if that was real or not. Again, I like what the Saga did, but it was just, you know, it was just pretty much people were gonna sweep it under the rug because how the overall look was. Again, Mike P is an actual savage. I don't know how. I mean, I saw some people say maybe Mike P versus Cortez. I would watch that. I would like to see that, but I do think Mike P deserves, you know, to get more and more opportunities up there. I wouldn't mind to see Mike P and Verb. You know, I don't think Verb would care to do that battle, but you know, I would like to see that. And who knows, man? I really don't know how many more obvious matchups there would be for Mike P. He's in the second part of the tournament, which we'll get to at the end of this. We'll talk about the tournament just a little bit. But yeah, Mike P was phenomenal, man. You got to give him just do. Let me read some of these comments. Two Eyes said, I go through that all the time. People don't understand custom. Yeah, I agree with you, Two Eyes. Tracker Lacer 414, salute to you. He said, Daylight is right. You lose, you get more attention. Lux cleans up Surf. Sue gets all the headlines. Swamp cleans up Twerk. Twerk gets all the headlines. That's unfortunately true, man. Polo, salute Polo. Yo, y'all go subscribe to my man Polo, Mr. Suburbs. Funny petty motherfucker, man. Salute Polo. He said, I don't understand why they don't let the battlers do sound checks before an event. I agree. But then again, a lot of these battlers don't show up on time. So how are you going to do that, Polo? I'm with you, Polo, but, you know, a lot of times that's the reason. Andrea, salute, Andrea. Script Water says, glad to see you back. Hey, salute, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, so let's move on to the next battle, which I believe was Tay-Rock versus Daylight. I think that was the next one. Either way, I thought this was the battle of the night. Now, I thought before, you know, in my predictions, I thought the Saga versus Mike P could end up being the battle of the night. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Again, the Ill Will John battle didn't happen. You know, and praise up to John as well. Hopefully he gets better. So we get to Rock and Daylight, and I just think there were so many question marks going into this battle. Question marks, unfortunately, on what kind of Daylight we were going to get. People wondering what's up with Tay-Rock because they felt like Tay-Rock hasn't been himself lately. That's according to other people. You know, for the most part, I haven't seen in recent time a whack Tay-Rock. You know, but people feel like they haven't been getting the Tay-Rock that they normally see. That's everyone's perspective. So, going off of that, I didn't know what to really expect coming into this battle, and you know, to our surprise, in a great way, we ended up with a phenomenal battle. In case I didn't say, I had Mike P taking that last battle 3-0. I thought he 3-0 the Saga. In this situation, I see people seeing 3-0 Daylight, and I have to be honest, I don't know that this is 3-0 Daylight. Daylight was rapping his ass off up in here. And I wasn't sure how Tay-Rock would look in this sort of environment. Just him and one other person up there. And I wasn't sure what we was gonna get, man, and I thought that we got a phenomenal Tay-Rock. By the way, I like that jacket he had on too. But here we are, we seeing what people say Dracula versus Spawn. It was a hell of a fight. I think Daylight out the gate to set this precedent, and it's like, yo, how do you go against that? But watching Daylight do that, it gets you mad. It gets you mad because you're like, yo, this guy is so damn talented, but he does all this other fuck shit. I really sat there and was like, yo, how is Rock gonna respond to this? Fucking Daylight is coming out here guns blazing and applying pressure. How do you respond to this? And Tay-Rock did respond good. All 3 rounds from the both of them, I was like, yo, you know, this battle right here got so much replay value. I was happy to see Daylight come and take the whole shit serious. The only problem I would have to say is I always like when Daylight did the thing with the ski mask. This time he had the ski mask on the whole battle. I think he only took it off in the 3rd. My issue when he put the ski mask on is the last few times that I'd say maybe the last 2 times, 3 times I saw him put a ski mask on. He did a lot of rapping, but I think he lost what he used to do. See, before when he used to put the ski mask on, he used to start spitting that gangster shit, and I appreciated that, and I wish he kind of went back to that. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely wanted him. I was hoping that for the first 2 rounds he would just rap his ass off, and in the 3rd round, you know, just talk that street shit with the mask on. You know, but he had the mask on 3 rounds, and he was phenomenal. Please do not get what I'm saying in any way wrong. Daylight was phenomenal. If you haven't seen it, I hope either there's a way for you to see it now, or hopefully they drop it on the app soon. I'm not an app subscriber, so I don't know how, you know, how that thing worked. I see people complaining that they don't drop them often enough. So hopefully they do drop it soon, so you guys can see that. That battle was just incredible. I think Tay-Rock more than held his own, but I just think that Daylight was just one level above. I think it's the 3rd, but I can't totally remember right now what round I gave Tay-Rock, but I gave it to Daylight 2-1. Overall, I gave 2 rounds to Daylight, 1 round to Tay-Rock. I don't remember if it was the 3rd round. It was either the 2nd or 3rd that I gave it to Tay-Rock. And again, I think that if someone came out and said they thought Tay-Rock won, I could see that. I could, you know, it's hard. Like, I don't know. Like, to me personally, I'm gonna say I think Daylight won 2 rounds clearly, and the 3rd round I would say would definitely be debatable. But I had gave Rock one of the rounds. I seen some people saying they think they had Tay-Rock 2-1, and the way that this battle took place is like, damn, man, like, can you really argue with anybody who sees it that way? I don't know. Like, to me, I just think it's clear 2-1, a clear 2-1. Salute to Daylight. That's just phenomenal. Tay-Rock. Like, if this is the kind of Tay-Rock that we can look forward to in any so-called small room setting, then of course we want to see it more. You know, but I just think that Tay-Rock might have stepped it up because he knew who he was battling. Either way, it was one of the battles I think the fans won. But I gave that battle 2-1 to Daylight. Next battle up was Geezy Gotti versus Avert. I'm having a problem judging this battle. Geezy was giving us what it is we love from Geezy. Verb was giving us what I've come to appreciate from Verb. That style of writing, that style of rapping, I don't think it's that far different than what he's been doing his whole career. I just think it's a little bit less street shit in there. You know, I am tired of this whole Verb, his mom's is the dyke shit, and then you got a lot of people who come out and say, yo, that shit ain't even true, his mom's ain't a dyke. You know, it's always dope when someone can put it together creatively. I'll be the first one to tell you I'm guilty of finding that kind of shit funny. You know, I think any angle, even if it's been used too much, is more about how did you do it more creative than the last person? I don't think Geezy used it in a more creative way than the last person. It's a battle I feel I gotta watch again and again to really tell you a winner. I don't think Geezy Gotti versus Avert had a clear winner. I don't. Like, I'm sitting there watching it and I'm like, I think Geezy got it, but at the same time, like, damn, Verb is saying some shit, man, and I don't know. I just don't know. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. Like, I'm listening to this battle. I'm trying to figure this out, and I'm like, yo, man, because the styles were so night and day from each other. They just so different from each other. It's like, yo, are y'all really catching everything that Verb's saying? Verb is saying some shit. And I was slightly leaning towards Verb, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Overall, do I have a winner of this battle? The answer is no. The answer is no. I don't have a. I think Geezy Gotti was incredible with what he was doing and doing more of what it is we love. And I think Verb was absolutely phenomenal with what he was doing. Right now, if you're telling me gun to the head, who you going with? I'm gonna take by 1 point on Razor's Edge to Verb. If I had to tell you right now without watching it again, you understand? And it was like, damn, man, I will not argue with anybody who gave it to Geezy. I seen some people say 3-0 Geezy though. I'm like, damn, I think these rounds are too close to really for anybody to say that there's a clear winner here, especially to say someone got bodied. I don't see anybody, because that was the big thing I saw on Twitter. You saying, oh, Verb got bodied, and I'm like, I don't know where you see that anybody got bodied. To me, I think either round it's really just one of those things that it's a preference. And again, man, it's difficult for me, man. Hopefully I'll get to watch the battle again soon. But I think it's another battle that the fans won. I thought it was a hell of a battle. I like the energy. I like everything about it. Again, Geezy was dope, man. You want to give it to Geezy? I understand. If you want to give it to Verb, I understand. I personally, by a Razor's Edge, would give it to Verb if I had to. Right now, I'm telling you, it's a draw. But if I had to pick one, I'm gonna slightly go with Verb. I just think, man, Verb was just really saying some shit, and maybe everybody didn't get it. All right, we'll move on to the next battle before we do them. T-Boo said, "Oh shit, the bull just pulled up. Slew, homie." Tracker Lace 414 said, "Verb showtimes are light now. They used to be deaf." I could agree with that to a degree in recent times, yeah. Edgar Ramirez said, left side connection in the building. Salute, Edgar. Ain't seen you in a very long time, man. Hope all is well with you, man. All right, so let's get into the final battle of the night. Sue Surf versus Loaded Lux. What a letdown. What a letdown. What a letdown. Like, what a letdown, man. I was furious, man. I ain't gonna lie. Again, I couldn't go so crazy. It's a free battle. You know, I would have been extremely. Andrea says Surf 2-1. Whoa. 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 Andrea, I love you, man. But I don't, you're wrong. You're wrong. I was so disappointed in this battle, man. Edgar said 30 pack for Lux. Andrea says I'm joking, my feelings hurt. Yo, bottom line, first round. Let me tell you something. Surf's first round when he pulled out the hoodie. I ain't gonna lie, I was intrigued by it. And then I don't know what the hell happened. Like, I see that he pulls this hoodie out. It got like blood stains and I think stab wounds or whatever the fuck it was. And I just feel like he could have did so much with that. Like you pull this hoodie out, there's just so much. Like, yo, man, he could have. He said that hoodie bar was fire. I mean, but I feel like he could have did way more than that, Edgar. Like, he pulled that out. He could have really went crazy for half a round with that shit. You know, and like I just felt like there was so much he could have did with that. And being that Lux is a showman, I feel like it would have kind of like really played in well with the battle, because you don't know if Lux is gonna pull some shit out. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like, well, I didn't understand why he didn't do more than that with that. Overall, man, I see people say, "Oh, you know, I won $25 on this bet." Salute to my comrade Sean F. Sean F was even one of the people who say, "Yo, man, Surf didn't even try." Now, I disagree. I disagree that he didn't try. I don't know, man. Like even after the battle, he was saying himself like he felt the microphone thing and the echoing and all that shit was, you know, because remember it wasn't just a microphone, it was an earpiece, so they was hearing themselves. And he was saying it was throwing them off. Lux said the same thing, yo, that was throwing me off. That's no excuse for the material. But I just think that Surf didn't really have that intensity that I was expecting. It just wasn't there, man. You know, Lux definitely had the intensity, but I didn't think so. I think Surf had it in moments. Um, Lux was dope in a lot of ways, but then like, you know, I didn't feel that consistency. And like Lux needs a 10-minute round. And he's listen, I love both Surf and Lux. They're two of my favorites. But I think that Lux should take at least from Surf or some of these other guys to have higher impact in his rounds. I feel like it takes Lux too long to really start cooking like that, to warm up. Even though he's so dope lyrically, it's like sometimes, man, we need you to get to the impact shots a little faster. You know what I'm saying? That's what we needed. And I thought that him knowing that he's gonna battle Surf, that he will want to do that. He will want to throw them impactful shots a lot earlier instead of having to rap for a whole fucking 10 minutes, man. Like, listen, there are a lot of guys I wouldn't mind listening to rap for 10 minutes, but it has to mean something. You know what I'm saying? It just has to, you know, I think we all have seen a 10-minute round before that we were like, matter of fact, with Lux in his third round against Calico, like you're captivated by that. But anything in between, because, you know, he was going weaving in and out of things in that third round, there was a point to it. You understand? He was, these other rounds, I wasn't feeling that way. Overall, I thought Lux took this battle 2-1. Now I see people saying, "Yo, Surf got 30, Surf got 30." I'm not gonna fight against that. I gave Surf the second round. I really liked Surf's second round. I still think he could have towards the end could have added more into there, and him himself, like he was having such an impact with the rest of that round. I don't know why he didn't continue that. Maybe he wanted to save some for later for the third round. I don't know, but personally, I gave the battle 2-1 to Lux, and I gave Surf that second round. I really liked Surf's second round. Where do we go with both of these guys? Surf got to do something. Like it's to the point where it is seeming like he don't give a fuck. Now again, do I think he didn't care about this battle? I don't think so. I don't think so. I just think it didn't go his way. But the choking and all of this stuff, man. My man, we barely get 2 rounds from him. And there was times in the past I defended some of the stuff Surf did because I didn't think it was that blatant. Now it's to the point it's seeming blatant. Like it's like, yo, it's almost like he's telling you, yo, just be happy with whatever you get. And it's kind of rough because it's like, yo, you know, they can't book him that often because what he costs. But it's like, your fam, if they paying you $25,000, I'm happy that you able to get $25,000 for a battle. I salute that. But at the same time, also show up and care about the people. Some of us who've paid traveling, tickets, and all that to come see you, you still getting your money if you get up there and just spit 2 rounds. What did we get? And I understand it's to a point where he's saying, yo, it's not about winning no more. You know, it's about the entertainment value. But we're barely getting that, Surf. We're barely getting that, Surf. Come on now. Come on now. It's just ridiculous now. Will we see a Surf anytime soon with 3 consistent solid rounds? Will we see that? But the flip side to all of that too is, are you yourself tired of that? Are you sitting there saying to yourself, yo, you know what? Enough's enough. I'm not supporting anything I have to pay for or even free if this is what we're going to get from him. You know, I'm of the mindset of that. Like, if you really want to see change and stuff like that, you have to be proactive and say, hey, I'm not supporting this if this don't happen. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, I don't feel that strongly about it because it's not like he's stealing deposits. I mean, in a way he is, but it's not like he's blatantly stealing deposits, no showing, and all of that stuff. So I'm not going to just cancel Surf. But I am going to say it does look like you taking because you getting up there and just not giving no 3 rounds, man. You know, again, we're lucky at this point if we get 2 rounds from you. Like, can we say, I think it was, 2 of the 3 rounds here, he straight jerseyed out and stuff like that. So I just don't know how that's going to happen. How is that going to work? What's wrong? What, the dead plant? The Pringles? Oh. You didn't want the dead plant? So overall, when we sitting there looking at Nome 10, did we get something worthy of a Nome? No, not in my opinion. I felt we got two incredible battles, Daylight and Tay Rock, and Verb and Geezy. But I think the best, clearly the best back and forth was Daylight and Tay Rock. What's next for Mike P besides the tournament? If after this tournament, are they going to continue to give him big looks? Hopefully that's the case. What's the next for Tay Rock? You know, that's the more difficult question because Tay Rock has accomplished so much and battled a lot of people. So it's like, what other battle do you give Tay Rock that makes sense? I see some people talking about Tay Rock and Mook. I think it makes sense, and there is a storyline to that. So that would make sense. I think that would be a fun battle. It's probably gonna be a real expensive one. I don't know if they're gonna be able to do that. But at the end of the day, is that a battle that I would be excited for? Tay Rock versus Mook? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Especially with that storyline that they have. What's next for Daylight? Does Daylight even care about battling besides this one though? Because we know, for those of y'all who may not know, Daylight does music with TDE. You know, so I don't know if he has another album coming out. I don't know what that situation is like for Daylight. I will always like to see him rematch Mickey Fax. You know, we know all the controversy that went with that battle, and you know, I feel like I would like to see that. And some people still want to see him battle King Los. Other than that, what are other matchups out there? You know, I think somebody said Verb was saying he'll rematch Daylight. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I wouldn't get excited about it. I wouldn't mind watching it. I just don't see either Tay Rock. Well, Tay Rock, I think more the clear thing would be Tay Rock and Mook. That would be a more clear matchup. I don't think there's a clear one for Daylight. Maybe a Daylight Mike P rematch. That battle was dope. I don't know. What's next for Surf? Honestly, I would say Surf, yo, go chill out for a while. Just chill out for a while, man. If your focus is just strictly on the music and writing books, there's nothing wrong with that. But I think you should do that because it's gonna get to a point where no one's gonna care, man, and then that's gonna affect your money one way or another. When people stop caring, you stop really losing money. And in this situation, it's like you got two other avenues you focusing on: writing books, you focusing on doing music. I know the music part I love. I've always been a supporter of his music. But again, it's like when you sit back and look at this whole situation, it's like I wasn't even excited to see Lux versus Surf. I was happy. I was like, all right, it's happening. I'm kind of happy, but I wasn't excited about it. And then I don't even know how much promotion Lux did for this battle either. I only seen Surf saying shit online. What's next for Lux? Lux gotta figure some things out, man. I think Lux really has to sit down and find a way to edit some of that stuff, compact some of that stuff, man. Because, you know, having 10-minute rounds every time and, like, no, man, you got to condense some of that shit, man. For real. You got to condense some of that, man. Y'all not going to like what I'm going to say because a lot of y'all don't appreciate it. But if it was up to me right now to make a battle happen, it will be Lux and Ilmac. That's the battle that I would make right now. Lux and Ilmac. Possibly Lux and Iron Solomon. That's another battle that's been brewing for God knows how many years. But that's the route that I would go with Lux right now. That's for me. In terms of Surf, like I said, I don't see a battle. Either you're gonna go battle Math or you're gonna go battle Cortez. These are the only two battles that kind of people will kind of be excited about. You know what I'm saying? Or kind of make sense. And I believe that Cortez and Math, either one of them got the chance to battle Surf, they would help sell that fight and create a better excitement. But in terms of Lux, like I said, I want to see him battle Ilmac. That's where I'm at with it. So let me run through this comment section one last time before we go. Yeah, Edgar said the hoodie ball was fire. Andrea said it started out so promising and then tragic crash and burning. Yeah, I agree. Unlike his usual quick jersey, he ran it back. It seemed like he was trying to get through his rounds. I agree with you completely, Andrea. I think everything you said was right. Rich Well says, salute, my brother. T-Boo, to Surf defense, I believe those dry Applejack cereal made him choke. They should have gave that man some milk. Pandemic pancakes. Salute to my man, yo. He's a Surf 2-1. Fuck out of here. T-Boo, salute. Richard Bell. Andre said, I expected a little bit more from Lux, but I was so upset, I think I gotta listen to Lux rounds again. Okay. Dry Apple Jacks for the W. Andre said, I did call it Lux 2-1. I agree with you. Andre, what round did you give Surf? I gave Surf the second. I don't know. I would like to know what you gave him. Surf keeps saying he's going to concentrate on his music. Maybe he just needs to do that and wait for the battle, the bug to bite him again. T-Boo says, Surf vs. Twerk, loser sent to PGs. They both should go. Andre said, Nome was very, very odd. I missed the beginning of the live, but the camera work early had me nauseated. Yes, that camera work was out of pocket. But Joel said, Mike P, not my cup of tea. I mean, I see what you're saying, man, but I think Mike P is phenomenal, man. Andre said, yeah, I gave Surf the second. Okay, so we in agreement on that. I did give him that second. All right, salute to everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Again, for all the people, please pray for Av, John. Hopefully they could get through this. Also pray for Big Cannon. I know he's been going through a lot. He actually, tomorrow, Tuesday, I don't even know what's today's date. Today's date is the 13th. So Tuesday, July 14th, Big Cannon is dropping a song. Make sure you look out for that on all streaming platforms. And on another note, once again, for all the people who have contacted me and some of the people who are looking to get some custom sneakers done, hit me up at JLegend100 on Twitter and Instagram. Again, it's at JLegend100, Twitter and Instagram. Or you can hit me up at Latitude4047 on Instagram. You could also see some of the stuff I've done on there. That's just some of the stuff I've done. Done more than that. I got to be more active on there and on YouTube. My other channel, Latitude4047 on YouTube. I'm going to start dropping some of the videos showing you some of the process that I went through on customizing some of these sneakers. Again, if you're interested, hit me up. But understand, I'm willing to work with people on price, but I'm not doing any free work. So holla at me, all right? Everybody have a good day. Salute.